Hello. Hello. How is everyone today? Why can't I find my own? Ah, there I am. Hello, Nicole.
Why can't I find my own?
Got to turn that off. There we go. Hi, Nicole. How you doing today? I thought I'd pop in here and see how everybody's doing. Waiting for my peeps. Michelle, Yvonne, hey, Robin, what's up? How you guys doing? Are you holding up okay? Hi, Brian. Are you guys handling Groundhog Day, as Rebecca calls it? The same day every day. At least that's how she feels. Me, this is my life. This is what I do. I wake up, I get my coffee, I go diamond paint in my jammies all day. I don't go out much. Yvonne is at work getting paid to do. You mean to diamond paint? Cool. Robin says the kids are doing fine, doing well with schoolwork. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So many other people are having problems. I feel bad for you moms who have to be home with the kids, especially if you're not used to it. Oops, yep. Fun. I got some fun things going on if we get some more people in here. I got some plans for today for a change instead of just winging it like I usually do. Though I'm winging it too. But I figure I've got an interesting article of 40 facts so funny they're hard to believe. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, none of them would be repeats from the other day, a couple of weeks ago when I did the strange facts, strange laws. No strange laws. Not today. Today we go for funny facts that you may or may not have known. Possible you knew. And I just put the wrong color on. I thought it was a 2 and it was a Z. Okay. Now I get to pick these off one by one. Brian is doing gun. You finished your custom completely? That's terrific. Now to see if you're going to add some ABs to it. Little something, something, a little sparkle. I don't believe I have to take these up. I just put them down. That'll teach me. Hi, Yvonne. Trying to finish my chuck along before midnight, doing space for reflection. That's nice. Are you almost done with it? I hope. If you figure you'll get it done tonight, then you must almost be done with it. Ah, my hand keeps sticking to the. One long strip to go. That's what Allie has on her Hannah Lynn before we can start our sneaky cat. She's got one strip, though now she's down to 2/3 of a strip to finish. Or half, I don't know, somewhere around there. She's almost done. Ah, get off. Anyway, thank God it wasn't a lot of them. And they were a completely different color. Because I'd have been in trouble if they'd have been more. Last thing I want to do is reverse drilling. Definitely don't want that. Now this is the correct number too, not Z. We have 8 people in here. Should I begin or not? You guys let me know if I should begin or wait a little longer for some more people to come in. Yes, Yvonne, we'd all love to see it. I'll be working on mine next. Okay. You haven't said. Should I? Well, wait for my 40 funny facts. So funny, they're hard to believe. The article I'm reading, going to read to you guys. And you just tell me if I should start it now or wait a little longer. Yvonne doesn't have Sneaky Cat? Then who does? Robin. Yvonne doesn't have Sneaky Cat, Robin. Wait a few. YouTube is slow with notifications. This is very true. They are getting slower and slower as they go on. Probably overloaded. The servers are just handling such a big load now. Oops. Get over there. But anyway, I was going to read this interesting article with some interesting facts that you, like I said, you may or may not know. Some of them I knew. Some of them I didn't. But they're funny. Some, meh. Not the funniest. Audie, Nana. Hi, guys. Welcome. How you doing, Nana? And how you doing, Audie? My odd one, but nice. Have you any twos? No more twos? That's it. No more twos. Go fish. Ha ha ha. So funny. I forgot to laugh. You got out yesterday? How did you get out? Did you sneak out? You visited family. I thought we're not supposed to be visiting each other. We're supposed to stay 6 feet apart. We bump elbows instead of shake hands. And excuse me if I'm yawning. I didn't get much sleep last night. I am tired today. So forgive me for yawning. Nana is still under the weather with a sore throat and headache. Oh no, Nana. Have you been tested? I wonder, have you been tested? Because with a sore throat and a headache, they say a sore throat is the first sign. That's usually the first sign of the flu for me. It was either go out or go crazy. Rebecca calls it Groundhog Day. Like the movie Groundhog Day. You wake up and every day is the same. Thank God the music doesn't play the same every morning. That would really be creepy. Wouldn't it? Yep. It would. Drink hot fluids, Nana. I recommend tea. And Nana says, nope, I called my doctor and he called in antibiotics. Okay. Do you have a fever? I hope you don't have a fever with all this. Why is there so much cat hair on this canvas? Lives like this one is good for us too. Yes, it is. That's why we do the lives, because it helps to keep us connected and rooting for each other and helping each other and just generally being there for each other. In this community, one of the closest I've seen and one of the most loving and encouraging. I like that very much. No fever. Good. Then never mind. All right, I'm going to start. I've got an article here, 40 facts so funny they're hard to believe. It says, you don't really start getting old until you stop learning. Software magnate and billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates told Time. That's not just true for tech icons. Studies have shown that learning something new every day can improve your brain health and make you happier. But most people would rather skip the studying and stick with entertainment. Turns out you can do both with some funny facts. Studies have proven that laughter is the best medicine. If only there was a way to fill our heads with new knowledge while also appeasing our appetites for silly good fun. You're in luck. We've assembled some of the best funny facts for you. In fact, some of these may be the weirdest, funny, jaw-dropping factoids of all time. Take a break and read them all. It may seem like you're wasting time, but you're actually making yourself smarter and healthier. So here are some hilarious, funny facts to learn now. The Supreme Court has its own private basketball court with an amazing name. Did you guys know that? I knew that. I couldn't remember the name. Apparently, there's a basketball court on the top floor of the U.S. Supreme Court building. Its nickname? The highest court in the land. Duh. That's a bad one, but it's funny. Well, here's an interesting fact. Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. That's interesting. Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. Harvard might be hard to get into with 4.5% admittance rate, but try this on for size. Only 2.6 of Walmart applicants are accepted. Now, of course, the comparison isn't exactly flawless, but you have to admit it's a funny fact. Yes, the brain does need simulation, especially now where so many of us are stuck at home, and I worry about those that don't have internet access. It makes me feel they're all gonna, the class divide is getting bigger between the haves and the have-nots. Because internet should be free to everybody, and everybody should have a computer, at least one in the household. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So those who don't have internet access are losing their ability, or don't have the ability, to get together with other people and find out what's going on quickly without having to rely on the news. Hello, Brittany. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can come. Oh my God, you're not going to believe the next. Well, yeah, you might believe the next one. There's a technical name for the fear of long words, but I'm not going to name it because it's a very long word. Of course, only the fear of long words would have a technical name. That's a long word. You hope who has a lot of books and craft projects? The people without internet? Indeed. Indeed. I mean, how are they going to homeschool their kids without a computer? Their children are going to fall behind, if you think about it. If they can't access the teachers who are using the internet and whatever else is being taught on the internet, how are they going to keep their kids up to grade? That's a sad tale. Instead of giving everybody $1,200, maybe they should also give everybody a computer. Everyone who doesn't have one. And internet access. The internet should be free anyway. You can limit it, but it should be free. My cell phone company said that they were giving us unlimited data until April 30th. No, I'm sorry, May 13th. They're giving us unlimited free data on our phones. So if we need to use our phones to connect to the internet, we can. Mostly for the kids that don't have internet at home but have a computer. Some do. The homeschool kids are the only kids not missing out right now. That just hit. That's true. They're already being homeschooled. They're already being homeschooled, and I'm sure they have computers too. To help with the teaching. Because not every parent can know everything. In fact, I'm surprised if parents remember half of what they learned in high school and school. I mean, remember that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So many people aren't. but then it's old info to us and new info to them. Adi says, my neighbor just said that Arizona is going to give up on going back to school this year. So sad if that's true. Many of the states have already stated that they're not opening again this year, that they're just going to stay closed. Which, again, what about those kids that don't have internet or computers? Are we going to let them fall by the wayside and do nothing? I mean, we got to do something. I don't know what. But to me, the government should add a little bit to that 1,200 and give them all a computer and internet access. Yep, those poor kids. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Hunting unicorns is legal in Michigan. That one makes me wonder. What's wrong with Michigan? Hunting unicorns is legal? Lake Superior State University in Michigan offers a unicorn hunting license. Unsurprisingly, the chief herald of the unicorn hunters was once quoted saying, "The pursuit of the unicorn is a lonely quest." I wish him nothing but good luck. This one you're not going to believe. Though actually I do believe it because there are people dumb enough out there to do something like this. Someone actually paid $10,000 for invisible artwork. It's called, an art collector once paid $10,000 for a non-visible sculpture created by actor James Franco. The artwork was billed as an endless tank of oxygen. Yeah, it's called air. We're breathing some now for free. Can't believe it. That someone would actually pay $10,000 for that. Yes, they get $500 for each kid under age 17, but that doesn't mean that they're going to go out and buy computers and then there's still internet access to be gotten. I know, got to think about that. If the parents would spend that money on buying a computer. There's also a concern about domestic violence, that these women have to leave the shelters because of the social distancing. And where are they going to go? If they go home, they're stuck with their abusers. It's very, very, very sad and scary when you think about it. But think of all the babies that are going to be born in December or January in 9 or 10 months. I'm worried about the kids whose family life isn't great. Yep. They used to be able to get away from the family by going to school. Now they're stuck. It can't be very good. You know, they've suspended all courts. So all court sessions are over. So kids who are stuck in foster care are stuck there. Even if they could go back with their parents without being able to go to the courthouse and have the judge say it, what are they going to do? It's a mess. When you think of the details and of everybody and everything that's going on, it's all a whole mess. But you know what? We can get through it. We're a strong country. We can definitely get through this if we have to, and we have to. It's as simple as that. Though Americans have become very complacent. Brittany, I know I better not see this in the newspaper 9 months from now. See what in the 9 months? They call it they'll call them the coronials. Kids born because of the virus. And everybody's stuck home. I love that idea. I love that idea. Coronavirus, born 6 pounds, 5 ounces. You like that coronial, Zadi. I'm not the one who first said it. Somebody else did. In one of the lives that I was in. I'm just adopting it. Ah, did you know there's an official ruling for how many Tootsie Pop licks it takes to get to the center? It officially takes 364 licks to get to the center of Tootsie Pop. Well, at least according to engineering students' scientific endeavor at Purdue University, who used a proprietary licking machine rather than a human tongue. That's funny. They actually check to see how many. I wonder about people sometimes. What's important? Finding out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Not so important. How much longer am I going to be on? I don't know. Probably till 6:37. Depends upon how we go. Depends upon how everybody's feeling, how I'm feeling, if my throat doesn't give out. Because it is getting a little rusty. I've talked more this weekend than I have all month. They're smart to the human to use a machine. Humans can't help but bite. That's true. That's very true. We have no patience. We have absolutely no patience. Here's something fun. You're going to like this one. Cows moo with regional accents. In small populations, such as herds you would encounter, identifiable dialectal variations which are most affected by the immediate peer group, explains one UK professor in an article for BBC News. In other words, you can take the cow out of Jersey. Oh, that's a bad joke. That was a very bad joke. Not a ha-ha, but a oh. That one hurt. See, Beth says, hey, that is some important stuff right there. I'm with my daughter, but I'm on my way home now. That is why I wanted to know. Okay. Well, now you know. You want to know some more important stuff? A U.S. town had a 3-year-old mayor. I love that. In the small town of Dorset, Minnesota, where a new mayor is picked every 2 years by drawing names out of a hat, a 3-year-old named Robert Tufts was elected mayor in 2015. His governing style? Being nice and no poopy talk. In 2018, I think we can all agree that the world could use more Robert Tufts in higher office. Now, who would be accused of poopy talk in our higher offices? I don't know. Well, I do know, but I won't say. Because they say if you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all. So I won't say anything. Okay, the Cookie Monster has a real name. No, seriously, it's Sid. Oh, mandatory playtime. Playtime sounds good to me. Oh yeah. Audie. Maybe they should have had an age requirement, but he probably did an honest job, which is hard to come by these days. Okay, who are we talking about? The kid? The 3-year-old? Of course he did an honest job. He said, be nice and no poopy talk. That's a smart kid. Probably ran the city better than anybody else. You'd think they would only put names in of people over 18, but the fact that they do a draw for the mayor is weird in itself. Here's interesting. China censored the word for censorship. I guess you can't really be guilty of a crime if nobody can describe what it is. They censored the word for censorship. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. Oh, I did not know this. This is an interesting fact that I did not know. Barry Manilow didn't write his hit song, I Write the Songs. And before he recorded it, Barry didn't even think it was a particularly good song. Interesting. I did not know that. I would have thought he wrote that one. I mean, he says I write the songs, but apparently he doesn't. And he didn't think it was a good song, and yet it was his hit. His great big claim to fame. And now I've got that song stuck in my head. Okay, let's get to see if I can get that song out of it. Vending machines are bigger threats to humanity than sharks. You're twice as likely to be killed by a vending machine than a shark, according to the New England Aquarium. So when is Discovery Channel premiering their vending machine week? Ba-dum-bum. That was a bad one. That was not very good. But then I didn't write it. Somebody else did. I'm just repeating what I'm reading. Bad jokes and all. Okay, let's see what we have next. Oh, this is interesting. The blob of toothpaste that sits on your toothbrush has a name. It's called a nurdle. What do you guys think of that? That there's a name for the blob of toothpaste that sits on your toothbrush. Hey, Mom, pass me a nurdle. I'm sorry. It's really silly that it has a name. That reminds me of the first Transformer movie. How does it remind you of the first Transformer movie, Audie? sounds like a Dr. Seuss thing. It does. It does indeed. It definitely does. My God, there's a lot of fives. And they're scattered. Okay. Apparently, Americans have a troubling understanding of computer code. According to a 2014 study conducted by Voucher Cloud and published by the LA Times, 1 in 9 Americans, exactly 11% of the population, think HTML is actually a disease. Oof. I love that it's actually a disease. They're thinking of HIV, not HTML. Audie says the cube turned a vending machine into a Decepticon. That's right, I remember. See, vending machines are dangerous. More dangerous than sharks. Much more dangerous than sharks. Don't let me anywhere. I will never go near the ocean. If I walk on the beach, I walk 10 feet away from the shore. I do not like the ocean at all. But I will go boating. Go figure. All right, what do we got here? The Queen is a total wedding crasher. If you invite the Queen of England to your wedding, even if you're not royalty, there's a chance she might show up anyway, as she did with one unsuspecting couple in Manchester in 2012. Can you imagine that? You invite the Queen to your wedding, it's just a formality and you think it's funny. Let's invite the Queen. And she shows up. That's funny. That's very funny. The weddings are nice to go to. Yes, they are. But what about, see, now I'm thinking about all those people who were supposed to get married the last 2 weeks and in the next month or two. And what are they going to do? I mean, no wedding, no party, no everything paid for, and the dress, no wearing your dress. It's awful. I mean, you and I, we don't have important things planned. But imagine if you did. Imagine if you were one of those who had important plans. Hey, May, how are you? Glad to see you again. Always nice to see a familiar face, or a name in this case. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so I can use the big one. I learned how to use a six placer, but only on rounds. I can't use them on squares. Audie says, yeah, my cousin's in the wedding planning business. It's chaos, the worst kind, too. I know, all those cancellations. And people are not going to get their deposits back. I mean, would this be considered an act of God? I don't know. I don't know what an act of God is. I mean, it seems silly to call it that because I don't know. God didn't live with chickens in their house and everything else and get the flu passed on to them. That's why did you know that all flus originate in China? That's why they're always hit first. Yeah, God had nothing to do with this mess. It's poor sanitation that did. I'm surprised they don't have cholera with the kind of sanitation that goes on in some of those more remote areas of China. Okay, what do we got here? Now, this I do not understand. You can hire scary clowns to terrify children. You could hire a clown in Switzerland to stalk your kid and creepily smash a cake into their face on their birthday. Seriously, as if nice clowns weren't terrifying enough. Why would you do that to a child? That makes absolutely no sense to me. It's funny. Yes, but the flu doesn't get passed so quickly, Audie. That's the problem. The flu does not get passed so quickly from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, the way this is. But yeah, I think the percentage of deaths is about the same. Or not. Might be a little worse. They're saying it's going to get worse. Yes, Beth, probably no refunds or rescheduling either. They can't reschedule. They're booked up a lot of places. I mean, I'm sure they'll reschedule if they can, but I just feel bad for those couples who have to put off their wedding or elope, which is probably the best, safer thing to do. Just elope. And honeymoons that have been canceled. And trips and vacations. Thank you, Nan. I appreciate everybody hearing that. He did too. Ah. May says, I don't get what's funny to scare children or that mean thing that was popular some time back. When people have kids, nice boxes of something the child have been wishing for and put crap inside. Oh. Put crap, real crap, May? Yes, some airlines are open. They have to be because there are people who want to go home and need to go home, but they're being quarantined for 2 weeks. God knows where they're quarantining them. I don't know. It's all a big mess. It's nothing but a complete mess. I mean, Dan went to the supermarket the other day, and he went between 7 and 8 when it's set aside for anyone over 60 or with compromised immune systems so that they can have the store to themselves. And he says the place was packed and people were standing next to each other and talking and just doing everything you're told not to do. You know, you want to talk to me? Stand 6 feet away and we'll talk. Hotel motel staff must be essential. Why? They've closed most of the hotel motels. So I don't know why they did that. Again. But they closed the hotel motels. Hi, Robert. I'm good. How are you? Welcome. And thank you for stopping by today. Oops, I just spilled. I just spilled a bunch. Shawana. Hello, Shawana. How are you today? Good, I hope. I'm in a great mood. This is my everyday, so I have a day without pain. It puts me in a good mood. Yes, a lot of people's out playing, walking, talking like it, nothing going on. Shawana, it's okay to go out and walk and talk, but stay away from each other. That's the problem. They're not staying away from each other. Did you hear about the mega church in Tampa that refused to shut down, even though it already had online services? Yes, I did, Beth. It was in the news. Dumb people. It makes me wonder how many of them are going to come down sick. I don't know. To me, it's common sense. Stay away from other people. Just keep them at 2 arms length, and you're fine. I mean, just don't breathe on me. Right? Don't breathe on me. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Flowers like Viagra. If you put some Viagra in a vase, it will make flowers stand up straight for a week beyond when they normally will. According to one study conducted by Israeli and Australian researchers. Who would think to research that? That's what I don't understand. Hey Bianca, how you doing? Is Kara here too? Hi Kara. Yes, it is your first live with me. Welcome. See, I remembered how your name is pronounced. It's Kara. Nice. So if ever you run across some old Viagra, put it in a vase and make your flowers stand straight up for a week. Maybe your plants will survive now. Mine would not survive. I have a black thumb. Robert, did you know that if I got out anywhere, I could land up in jail for 6 months and a $2,500 fine? Why is that, Robert? Bianca, you're still sick? Have you been to the hospital? Did they test you? Yes, aka Care Bear, thanks to Crashly. That's right, you are a Care Bear. Because you're Kara. Who cares? Get out. Come on. Oh my God, I just found out my tabby off is going down today. Yes, it is, Audie. The tabby off is going on at 7 o'clock. There will be a tabby off. And Kerwin and Crashly are both going to attempt to make tabby what do they call those things again? Nay. Only if it's a peony. Thanks, I needed that. Yes, polymer clay pens, but they're make the canes. That's what it is. Bianca says, been to the hospital 2 days ago. They didn't do the swab and the nurse discharged me. They put me in lockdown for 2 weeks. But here now we are on grade 3 lockdown in Australia. What's grade 3? I didn't know there were grades. Do they test you too? I hate tests. I always fail them. Never been any good at taking tests. May says, I think I'll pass that flower experiment. Would rather diamond paint instead. Yes, I know exactly what you mean, May. Exactly what you mean. Robert, because of the virus 19, the mayor of Victoria was on the news about that, and they're going to have caps out on the road. If they see people, 50 people or more, they can go to jail. Well, they're not supposed to be gathering in groups. Down over here, they're not supposed to be gathering in groups of more than 10, they say. And even that is not exactly the safest thing. If I step out for 5 minutes, I get really sick. Well, don't step out, Bianca. I know you've got kids, but you also got parents that can help. You need to rest and get yourself better. And take care of yourself. Can't take care of anybody else if you don't take care of yourself. Right? Right. She can't even go to the post office. Well, that's because you're sick. And you're in lockdown. And you don't want to get anybody else sick because you may or may not have the virus. They didn't swab you. Just take it easy and don't push yourself, because even young, healthy people have been getting the virus and not doing so well. Yeah, that's the problem, Beth. The grocery stores, I don't know. If I were a grocery store owner, I would say only 10 people allowed inside at a time. That's it. Staying outside is safer than being inside, even in a grocery store. And you say 10 or 20 people at a time, and that's it. You know, that's it. They're limiting how much you can, how much you can take on certain items. I mean, there was one guy there who took, Dan said he took 6 cases of water. It's like, what do you need 6 cases of water for? What do you need that much water? It's not the end of the world. It's not the apocalypse. Things are still moving. We're still getting deliveries. We're still getting packages and mail, though it's slowed down a lot because there are fewer people. They need to be a little bit safer and take more precautions. Did you hear that Instacart, the Instacart employees want to strike for unsafe conditions because they've not been given any safety gear, and they want $5 per delivery for hazard pay. Hazard pay to catch the flu and give it to somebody else. Who's the hazard? But I tried to order from my local supermarket today, who delivers through Instacart, and I can get it delivered, but not until next Sunday, which is ridiculous. I think that Illinois might be coming out with more restrictions now, like limiting the number of people in stores at one time, which I think is a good idea. I went outside yesterday to help my dad as my oldest son was having a tantrum. Thought I was doing the right thing, but then I got more ill last night. Okay, Bianca, someone has to get strict with you. Bed rest. As much as you hate it, ask your parents for help and bed rest. Don't help them. You need it right now. Because if you get sicker and something happens, what's going to happen to your kids and your parents then? You got to take care of yourself, woman. Okay, here's something interesting. Terrorist instructions were once replaced with cupcakes. Britain's Secret Intelligence Service once hacked an Al Qaeda website and replaced the bomb instructions with a cupcake recipe. That's one way to get them. With a cupcake recipe. That's funny. There's an American town with a population of 1. Manoa, Nebraska is the only town in the United States with an official population of 1 person. Yes, she owes taxes to herself. She's in her 80s and she's employed as the village's mayor, librarian, and bartender. That's funny. Population of 1. How could you be a town with a population of 1? I don't know. Yes, Robert, tell her. You tell her to stay in bed and be a good girl and get well. And don't drag it out any longer than it has to be. Okay. President Coolidge had a childish sense of humor. Believe it or not, the 30th U.S. president thought it was hilarious to push the emergency buzzer on his desk and then hide when the Secret Service came running. A president who did that? That's silly. I don't know if I believe that. That seems a little not so true. All right, what have we got? Some passengers go to insane lengths to avoid baggage fees. In 2012, a man wore 60 shirts and 9 pairs of jeans on an 11.5-hour flight from China to Africa because he didn't want to pay the extra baggage fee. I don't recommend that. That must have been awfully uncomfortable. 6 shirts and 9 pairs, 60 shirts. 60 shirts. How do you put on 60 shirts? I don't believe that. I think that's another exaggeration. I think that's another example of don't believe everything you read. Because I can't see how somebody can put on 60 shirts and 11 pairs of jeans. Because the last pair would have to be so large you couldn't wear them anyway to fit over the pairs from before them. Yeah, that's hilarious, but I don't believe it's true. A bridge for squirrels exists. A town in Washington has a treetop bridge over a busy road that's not just for squirrels. It's called the Nutty Narrows Bridge. Admit it, that's undeniably funny. The Nutty Narrows Bridge. And it's just for squirrels. Well, what if a chipmunk wants to use it? Are they going to forbid him from crossing? Oh my, what would happen then? Poor chipmunks being prejudiced upon. not being allowed to cross the road. Beth says there was a guy on live PD the other night that had on 10 or 12 shirts. That I can see. 10 or 12, I can. But 60 and sitting in an airplane for 11 hours? Nah. Bianca says, I have to get up soon, Robert, and change one time. Yeah, that's... Bianca, I'm sorry. Is there anyone you can ask for help from? Any services that can come and help you while you're sick? What am I working on? I am working on a red butterfly. It's another snack painting. I'm doing snacks now while I'm waiting for my partner, Allie, to finish up her painting so we can start Sneaky Cat, which I have been waiting to paint for a couple months now. I want my Sneaky Cat. Beth, who got caught shoplifting? Oh, the shirts? That was dumb. As if someone couldn't tell that he was wearing 9 or 10 shirts. See, Kane won't let Nana to change his nappy. I promise Robert I'll stay in the house. She said Craft Shack. Karen, hi. She is still working on Elizabeth. Karen, how did I finish my Chuck Pinson so fast? It's slow going for me. I love it, but the confetti, yeah. The thing is, before you guys had to be locked in the house, I've been housebound. So I get up in the morning and I start diamond painting and I sit here all day. I'm comfortable. I've got a comfortable chair. My feet are up and I just sit here all day and diamond paint. I get up every once in a while and walk around, get unstiff. But then I go right back to my little chair and my table and I sit and I diamond paint. And I guess I diamond paint fast also. Though the confetti was killing me. Karen, I'm working on a red butterfly. It's just a snack painting. Yes, I love the pink pen too. It's from Donnie, in case you're interested, over at Drill Pen Frenzy. And I think I have that listed in my description down below. That should be there, at least. I think it's still there. I don't know. But I like both of these pens. I mean, the pink one's nice, but this one feels so comfortable in my hands. Yes, Donnie is awesome. She's a nice lady. I'm sorry she stopped her lives. They were a lot of fun. Her lives were a lot of fun. And I would stay up to watch them. You diamond paint and can do cross stitching. Well, good for you, Karen. I can too. I cross stitch, crochet, knit, latch hook, embroider. You name it. I've done it. Oh no, why did she stop them? Who stop? Oh, I don't, she stopped them because she was working so hard and too many hours and she's never organized and she would rush to get to the lives and then she would just feel tired all the time. because she's working her butt off. Oh, maybe she'll do them someday. Again, that would be nice. Okay. One programmer, not a programmer, a programmer, had an unusual way of weaning himself off Facebook. A computer programmer hired a woman at $8 an hour to slap him in the face every time he tried checking Facebook during working hours. Smartphone addiction is real, people. Yep. It's real. Some people cannot stay away from their phones or their iPads or their other social media. It's a problem. Okay. Let's see if we got another one. Neil deGrasse Tyson's surprising other career path isn't what you guess. While he was in graduate school, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson considered becoming a stripper to earn extra money. He visited a club and watched dancers perform to the song Great Balls of Fire. Tyson left immediately and became a math tutor instead. First of all, who is Neil deGrasse Tyson? He's an astrophysicist, but I don't know anything about astrophysics. So I couldn't say anything about him. I don't know who he is. So it's not that funny to me. It's funny that somebody would think they want to become a stripper and go to a strip club and watch one set and say, nope, no way, ain't gonna do it. Can't blame him for that. Not at all. Well, this one I knew. One Norwegian town has a super ironic name. There's a village in southern Norway actually named Hell. And get this, in winter, every winter it freezes over. So the next time somebody says when hell freezes over, just tell them that'll be this winter. Okay. What happened? I got disappeared here. Okay, last. Or there are computers, or they're diamond art painting. Phones are going to be a real problem after all this mess. Phones? Why would phones be a real problem? Hey, everything will be a mess after this. That's right, Karen. Robert just came on to see how I was doing. He's got to go. Bye, Robert. Thanks for coming by. May, you're from Norway? How nice. A pleasure to meet you. From Norway. I told my friend that she had some guys to call and ask for a date. Just any device will be a problem? Why will it be a problem, Kara? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. Why will phones be a problem and everything else? Oh, it's nice to meet you too, May. Karen, I got my first wrench in a group last week. I don't know how to use it though. You tap on someone's name and up comes a menu of what you can do. And you can time them out for 30, I think it's 30 seconds, 300 seconds. or block them completely from the group. She's so excited she got a wrench. You're a Smurf. Because we are on devices constantly now trying to connect, making an existing problem worse. This is very true. You're right. A lot of people who weren't addicted may become addicted. And those who are addicted are being pulled further in. But at least it's a way to stay in touch. You're not alone. I mean, so many people are alone and they have no one to talk to. They don't have family. They don't have anyone that they can pick up the phone and call, or their family is far away and too busy with their own lives to bother, keeping in touch constantly. So that's what we're here for. Talk with us instead. There's always one of us around somewhere. Just got to find us. But there's always someone around that you can talk to when it comes to the internet, YouTube, and this particular community. My mom is by herself, but we use the cell phone to keep in touch. So cell phones are a good thing. Yes, they are. It's the internet, the constant checking of Facebook and other social sites that are a problem. It'll come easy. She should. Maybe next time you're in there, try posting links. Yes, you can post links too. Just make sure you post links for the person who's chat. Who's live. You're a Smurf. You're a moderator for. Okay, Whimsical Daisy. Yes, you may post Whimsical Daisy, Audie. Because we like Beth and her mud. Hara says, we give each other smiley faces at night and in the morning so I can tell she's okay. Yeah, you text each other. But some people are addicted to it to the point where it interferes with work. They just can't seem to get off the phones. Okay, here it is. Some silly constitutional amendments never happened. A U.S. constitutional amendment was proposed in 1893, suggesting that the country be named the United States of Earth. There was another failed amendment a few years prior that wanted to abolish the presidency and install a Roman-style triumvirate, as if the United States needed any more comparisons to the doomed Roman Empire. No, we don't. We don't need more comparisons. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? People aren't always praying for what you'd expect. According to a 2014 survey by a Christian retailer, Lifeway, in Nashville, 7% of Christian Americans pray for a parking spot. I know I have. Another reason I don't like living up north. At least down here, there's plenty of parking. There's plenty of parking. We have musical roads. There's a highway in Lancaster, California, that plays the William Tell Overture, or the theme from The Lone Ranger, whenever cars drive over it at 55 miles per hour. It's a road that sings. Interesting. I'd like to take that drive one day. I've got to go mark that down. Go to Lancaster, California, and check out the singing road. Okay, we are more prepped for a zombie invasion than you probably knew. Interesting. Apparently, the CDC has a real website devoted to zombie preparedness. You think that's what they're using for this, for us? The zombie preparedness? Because so many people think it's the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I want one of those roads too, Karen. Let's see. A handicap placard does not do much good there. The Karen says, is anyone putting bears in their windows? Bears? Why would someone put a bear in their window? What am I missing? I don't watch the news, except on occasion. Audie says, my mom lives 5 minutes away from me, so I can still visit her once a week, but we call and talk too. Be careful, Audie. You don't want to give your mother, you don't want to be, because people can still be contagious and not have any symptoms. Not everybody gets sick from it, too. And the incubation period is anywhere from 2 to 14 days. They're not sure how long it takes. But during that time is when you're most contagious. Karen says, yes, there is a thing now. You put a bear in your window so kids can spot them. Something to do with kids in school being out now. Interesting. Well, we don't have any kids around here. It's an over 55 community. And there are very few kids here, only the grandkids who visit. And the occasional extended family. Families are taking teddy bear walks with their young kids now to look for the bears. Oh, how nice. What a cute idea. What a cute idea. This is not a walking town where I live. You have to go to downtown in order to have a walking town because everything is so far away. If I want to go to the nearest supermarket, it's at least a mile or two away. But that's only 5 minutes, if that. I call it down the road. You were going to get out of your car and get something, Beth, but I bet you forgot what it was. Okay, Becca, you go get ready for yours. Got out to my porch and then forgot what I was getting. I do that all the time, Beth. All the time. I'll get up to go into the kitchen, and on my halfway there, I'll forget what it was that I got up for. Oh, need something to drink. Okay, let's see. Lobsters communicate with their bladders. Lobsters have bladders on either side of their head, so they communicate. Oh, no thanks. They communicate by urinating at each other. If they want to know another lobster to know that they're happy or sad or angry or interesting in a relationship, they say it with a P. Oh no. Oh boy. Well, apparently the brooding silence in the Twilight movies surprisingly adds up. If you splice them all together, there are exactly 26 minutes of quiet staring. Think about that. 26 minutes of quietly staring. And your son is obsessed with taking showers now? He's only allowed one a day. Oh, I think I got all the F's. Did I get all the F's? I did. I got all the F's. Yay! No more F's. Ah. Okay. One every other day. Yeah, one every other day is good. All right. 26 minutes of getting paid for doing nothing. Yeah, that's right. For just staring. And they get paid a lot. That's a huge chunk of the movie. When you think a movie is only what, 90 minutes long? If that these days. Oh. I scroll back up. I lost my page. Did you? Oh, come on! It keeps going back to the top. Okay. Well, we know this one. Dolly Parton lost a look-alike contest. She did that at a club in San Francisco. She lost to a drag queen. A man actually changed his name because he lost a bet. After losing a drunken poker bet in 2009, a New Zealand man had his name legally changed to Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frost Nova. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. It took 5 years, but the name was finally approved by the government. All 99 characters of his new name are on his passport. Oh my gosh. People are strange if you think about it. People are very, very strange. Here's a funny fact. If you eat enough carrots, about 3 large carrots a day for several weeks, it will increase the beta carotene in your blood and could turn your skin orange. Maybe that's the problem with Trump. He ate too many carrots. Oh. Okay, Karen, you go work and lurk. Ah. People hate privacy policies and reading the fine print in general. It would take 76 workdays if you worked an 8-hour day to read every online privacy policy you agree to in an average year. Yeah, that is a shame. High heels were originally for men. Interesting. High heels first came into fashion in the 10th century. They were intended for men. It wasn't until the 18th century that more women wore high heels than men. Very interesting. I wish you could see this picture. Maybe I can figure out a way to show it to you. It says Latin America has flowers that look like lips. And it shows a picture of a flower. Let me see if I can get this. Look at that. Is that weird? That's a flower that looks like lips. That is so cute. It's in the rainforests of Central and South America. It's called Psychotria elata, and it's nicknamed Hooker's Lips. I like that. No, it's not Karen. Oh, Karen. Cheetos. Okay. Apparently, cows don't like Willie Nelson. A dairy cow will produce up to 3% more milk when listening to music, but they don't like country music, especially Willie Nelson. They need something with a good beat. That's funny. That is funny. That O flower. I don't know, Kara. Why do those hooker lips look better than yours? It does look like a puckering mouth with red lipstick. Pretty flower, though. Oh gosh, that was funny. 75 super obscure facts that everyone would think you're a genius for knowing. Huh. Some more interesting silly facts. Most toilets flush in E flat. Who ever decided to figure out what key toilets flush at? I don't get that. Whoever thought of that in the first place? Okay, a raisin dropped in a glass of fresh champagne will bounce up and down continuously from the bottom of the glass to the top. Interesting. I wish I could try that. Does anyone know Captain Crunch's full name? Someone with perfect pitch, you're right. Nay. That's funny. So does anybody know Captain Crunch's full name? Captain Barry Crunch. No. His full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. They actually gave him a full name. Weird and weirder and weirder. Okay. Captain Barry Crunch. It's cute. The Vatican City is the country that drinks the most wine per capita at 74 liters per citizen per year. Oh, a whole bunch of winos at the Vatican City, huh? And they say Americans drink too much. Yep. Approximately 40,000 Americans are injured by toilets each year. I'm trying to figure out how that can happen. Seems a little silly to me. How do you get hurt by a toilet? That's true, Audie. He did need a full name. I know. I remember that, Kara. I remember reading that somewhere. That Siri is a real person. Yes. Of course. Mostly males who drink the wine? I don't know about that. I know a lot of women who drink wine too. They imbibe. May says they fall off it or fall asleep while puking and get the seat in your back head. Oh, Beth, if you sit down without the seat down. Oh, boy. I did that once. Yeah, never again. Oh no, Brittany, ouch. Ooh. Oh, oh, my sympathy goes out to that poor little boy. Oh no. Oh, Grandma, how can you do that? Indeed. I can't blame him, Brittany. I can't blame him. I'm not a guy, but I have sympathy for that. Oh, this is interesting. If a female ferret does not have sex for a year, she will die. Ah, possibly not, May. Your dad hurt himself on the toilet and broke his arm, Beth? Ow. How'd that happen? How did that happen? Ooh, I gotta move this over. I had one too many on there. Oh, the seat was up. How do you break your arm if the seat's up? Ooh, Brittany, no kids. So May was right. No great grandchildren there. Almost is the longest word in English with all the letters in the alphabetical order. That's interesting. With all letters in alphabetical order. Cute. Extenuating circumstances. Oh, I'd love to hear about that. I really would. I'm a sucker for gossip. I don't like spouting it, but I love listening to it. Ketchup was sold in the 1830s as medicine. Hmm. Oh, we know this one. I think I said this one a couple of weeks ago. Sean Connery wore a toupee in all his James Bond movies. I remember that. He had a tumor in the bone in his arm, Beth, and it caused him to break it. Ouch. I gather it was benign, I hope. Oh, that's how they found out he had cancer. Well, sometimes happy accidents are happy accidents. Wait much longer and it could have been a lot worse. Hopefully they caught it early enough. Did they catch it early enough? Yay! They caught it early enough. Like I said, happy accident. That's one you wouldn't mind having. Go ahead, break my arm. If it means you discover I have cancer and can cure it. Yay. Nicolas Cage bought a pet octopus once because he sincerely thought it might help with his acting. Oh boy. But we are talking about Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage also once did magic mushrooms with his cat. He's a strange man. He's a very strange man. Good actor, but a very strange man. Oops. Very, very. Let's see what we got here. I'm not going to read that one out loud. You'll eat more than 35,000 cookies in your lifetime. Probably. That's a lot of cookies. I might have already eaten all 35,000. Oh. Frederick Bauer was the man who invented the iconic Pringles can. When he died, his ashes were buried in one. Okay. Not sure I'd want my ashes buried in a Pringles can, but whatever floats your boat and makes you happy. Homosexuality was still classified as an illness in Sweden in 1979. Swedes responded by calling into work sick, saying they felt gay. Well, if it's an illness. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. I find some of these really funny. Maybe it's just my thick sense of humor. Okay, okay. Up we go. And this is true. It is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. Now, tell me this is true, my Canadian friends. There is a town in Canada called Dildo. I could not live there. I don't care how nice a town it is. I could not live there. I could not say I came from Dildo. It's almost inconceivable to me that someone would name a town Dildo. Unless that's where the dildo was invented. Oh, this is an interesting fact. I did not know this. France was still executing people by guillotine when the first Star Wars movie came out. That was in what, 1982? Pun intended. Yeah. Yeah, May, I'd rather live in hell than dildo also. Where do you come from? I come from hell. I like that. All swans in England belong to the Queen. Swans can be nasty, though. They can be really mean creatures. I've seen them chase people. Okay, okay, okay. No piece of square paper can be folded more than 7 times in half. That's an interesting fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. I don't see why not. They're called tokens everywhere else. They used to make them, they called tokens. And I do believe that one of the British coins that I had has a hole in it, but it's square. I don't know what the denomination is, though. I don't remember. I might have it somewhere. Gotta look for it. Definitely have to look for it. Okay. Now, you know the hashtag on your keyboard, we also call it a pound sign. It's really called an octotroph. Does anybody want to say that 5 times out loud? Norway's had the hole in several of your coins. I used to collect foreign coins just for the hell of it because it was fun. Because it was fun to do. And like I said, I still have my collection somewhere. Don't have a lot, but even just one of each coin was so much fun to have and to know that I had it. You still have a hole in the one, I don't know what N stands for, but N krona. Flamingos have very long feet and very short legs, yes. The Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. But back then, hemp was cheap to raise, to farm, and can do all sorts of stuff. Can be used for more than just marijuana. Did you know hemp was banned in the US when marijuana was banned? Even though hemp is a better product for clothing and other consumables or products, whatever you want to call them. I don't know, not consumables, products. You don't eat hemp. There we go. Another 6 bites the dot. Norwegian Cronus. Okay, I have dwarven coins that are square with a hole in them. How cute. Kara, you already said that. You're repeating yourself. In 1993, the entire city of San Francisco voted about whether a police officer was allowed to carry a ventriloquist's dummy called Brendan O'Smarty while on patrol. He was allowed to carry around a ventriloquist's dummy. Our men in blue at work. Of course we saw it, Kara. Even Audie said, wow, they have very long feet and short legs. Talking about the flamingos. If they bend at the ankle. It's got to be very short feet, legs, rather. Okay, in what is called a French kiss in the English-speaking world is known as an English kiss in France. Minnie Mouse's full name is Minerva Mouse. Aww, that's special. Okay. Let's see what we got here. In Georgia, It's against the law to slap a man on the back or the front. Huh. Does it surprise you to know that there are more plastic flamingos in the US than real ones? Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, man, I guess it's okay to slap him in the face, but not in the back or the front. Can't slap a man on the back. Not sure why, but there's all kinds of weird things going on. We all know that one. Let's see. 315 entries in Webster's dictionary were misspelled. So it's kind of like who watches the watchers? Who spell checks the spell checkers? Guess it's okay as long as they can see it coming. Because metal was scarce, the Oscars given out during World War II were made of wood. Now that's fascinating to know. I didn't know that. That's one I did not. So I'm learning something new. Sherlock Holmes never actually said, "Elementary, my dear Watson." I remember that. I remember reading about that. Fruit Loops are all the same flavor. They are. Its flavor is sugar. At least that's what they taste like to me. Nothing but sugar. Oh, interesting. Glassdoor discovered that roughly 10% of people had had sex at work. Ooh. Deer can't eat hay. Why? No idea. But apparently, deer can't eat hay. They can eat grass, though, can't they? So, how come they can't eat hay? Maybe it is that they won't eat hay. I agree, and Beth's loopy is Fruit Loops to me. I have loopy, and I don't smell anything. I have that same scent, but her Through the Woods, oh, it smells just like you're walking through the woods. Very piney and appley and very nice scent. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. I bet most of you just tried it. No, I didn't. What size what, Beth? What size of the loopy did I get? The small one. Through the Woods is the big one. But I don't smell, loopy smells like nothing to me. Could just be my nose, which is always stuffed because I have allergies, which drive me nuts. That's funny. I'm getting ready to make both sense. Well, Into the Woods, I love. It's got a really, it smells like a forest to me. But the Small Loopy, I don't know why. I was just, that's just me. Oh, I love Through the Woods. I love it. It's really a nice scent. Remember about the lag. There's a lag in here. Hi, Dixie. How are you today? Welcome. Okay, here I got another one for you. Except my page just rebooted. Okay. King Henry VIII slept with a gigantic axe beside him. Gee, I wonder why. Uh, do I have another small one, Adi? No. I just have the one small loopy and the one large Into the Woods. But I love it doesn't matter whether it smells or not to me. What matters is that it works, and it works well. And I like it. I like it better than Patty Wax Super Sticky. The Super Sticky is good, but I think the mud is better. It's got a better consistency to it. Oh, Adi, you only get the big ones. I got what I could get. There wasn't much of a choice. Oh. Ancient Egyptian priests would pluck every hair from their bodies. Ew. Ow. Oh, this is interesting. The Falkland Isles has over 700,000 sheep, about 350 per person. That's a lot of sheep. Holy sheep dip. That's a lot of buying going on. Is he the one with all the ex-wives? Yes, Henry VIII is the one who cut off her head, Anne Boleyn, and had all the ex-wives. Yeah. Stocking shops is useful at times. Yes, it is very useful. But I don't have the patience to stalk. M&M's actually stands for Mars and Murray's, the last names of the candy's founders. Interesting. Did you know there really was a Captain Morgan? He was a Welsh pirate who later became the lieutenant governor of Jamaica. Only a pirate can become a lieutenant governor. How does that happen? Don't you wonder how that happens? These and other pressing questions at 11. Okay, let's see if we can find something interesting. Or better yet, why don't we wrap it up now? It's almost 7 o'clock. And it is late for me. What do you mean stocking shops is useful at times? I don't get that. Audie. Do respond when you can. I know there's a delay, so I'll just hang out here and till the delay, but no dead air. We don't want dead air. Dead air isn't fun. The silence is. Silence is not golden. Silence is creepy. Beth says, I'll just have to let you guys know when I put more in so you don't have to stalk. Adi, you have 6 of them? Well, do you have Into the Woods yet? It's late for me too. It's 1 a.m. So thank you for the stream, Mickey. Take care and stay healthy. May, I wish you the very same. Good night, sweetie. Get some sleep. Get some rest. And I'll see you in another live. Or in my next live, which will be next Tuesday at 5 EDT. You do have Into the Woods, so it's nice, isn't it? Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. That's my Into the Woods. And it's delicious. Okay. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Thank you all for coming and sticking with me throughout these ridiculous facts. Through the Woods, Loopy, Lilac, Canadian Grandpa, Plain Jane, and Tinseltown. Way to go, Adi. You don't do things in short, do you? Good night, Beth, and thank you, and you're welcome. Yeah, Through the Woods is a great scent. See that, Beth? You got a winner with that one. I'm glad I got it. At the time, it was the only one available, along with, it was the last large one available. At the time. I have Feeling Peachy in there right now. Ooh, that one. Oh. All right. I'm going to say goodbye before she says anything else. Say goodnight, guys. Good night, guys.